small thing you do these days may ruin your post-study work visa, and you don't want that. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you those small things that may ruin your post-study work visa application and things you should avoid while on your actual study visa. So watch till the end of this video because it's going to be juicy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chinemerem. If you're stopping by for the first time, hello, you are most welcome. Please do well to like this video, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, you are amazing. Thank you for coming back. So you guys, in this video, we're going to talk about the post-study work visa and how not to ruin your chances. So first of all, your post-study work visa is also called a graduate visa. It is a visa that allows you to stay in the UK after graduation. And the number of years you get to stay in the UK depends on whether you did an undergraduate or master's program or a PhD program. If you did an undergraduate or master's program, you are entitled to 2 years post-study work visa. And if you studied on a postgraduate level, you are entitled to 3 years post-study work visa. With your post-study work visa, you can work as much as you want. You don't have any limitations. You don't have anything stopping you from working the way you want to work or even living in the UK. However, this visa is not extendable. So if after your 2 years or 3 years period, you don't get something tangible to keep you in the UK, you may have to go back to your country. So the eligibility requirements for a post-study work visa or a graduate visa is: 1, you must be in the UK doing your application. 2, you must be holding a valid UK study visa, that's a tier 4 visa. 3, you must have studied on an eligible course. 4, you must have successfully completed your program in the UK. So now I've mentioned eligible course and people will be like, what do you mean by eligible course? Eligible courses include any bachelor's degree, master's degree, doctorate degree, law conversion courses, the legal practice course in England and Wales, the bar practice course in England and Wales, foundation programs in medicine or dentistry, postgraduate certificates in education, and postgraduate diploma in education. So if you study any of these, you are entitled to post-study work visa. When applying for a post-study work visa, the documents you will need are your valid passport, your CAS number, and your BRP. Then how to apply for a post-study work visa? You can apply for a post-study work visa before your student visa expires, but after you've completed your program. So you can't really be doing your final year or you're doing your dissertation and you are applying for a post-study. No, you must apply after you've completed your program. At least, even if you've not gotten your certificate at that point, your education provider or the university should tell you that, well, you successfully completed your program. You can go ahead and do whatever you want to do, and they will send you your certificate as soon as possible. So if you get any kind of notification like this, then you've completed your program and you can apply for a post-study work visa. If not, you can't. So you can't apply before your program ends, but you can apply before your visa ends. I don't know if that makes sense, because normally when you're being granted visa, you normally be given some 4 months extra on your visa. So when your program ends, you still have 4 months on the visa running. You can apply for the post-study within that 4 months. So you don't have to wait for an official graduation ceremony before you start applying for post-study. You can start applying once you've been told you have successfully completed your program. When applying, you can go online gov.uk and fill in the application form online and then submit it with the documents they require of you. Yes, you have to pay for this post-study work visa. It is not free. It is not automatic. You definitely have to pay for it, and then expect a response from them in the next 8 weeks or thereabout, depending on how busy they are. Now, we've gotten to the part where I will tell you why most post-study work visas are being refused. The first reason your post-study work visa may be refused is if you are applying from outside the UK. You cannot apply for post-study work visa from outside the UK. You must be applying from inside the UK. So if you wait for your visa to expire and then you go back to your country and then start applying for this post-study work visa, it will not work. You must apply while you are still in the UK and while you still have a valid student visa. So like I said before, don't wait until your visa expires. Apply once you finish your program, but not after your visa have expired. The second reason your post-study work visa may be refused is if you fail to prove your identity. Perhaps you did not send them your BRP or your passport or any other document in that line. They may refuse your visa. If you also don't send them the correct supporting documents they are asking of you, perhaps they're asking you for any supporting document at all, you may be refused a post-study work visa. Now, you don't really need a proof of fund because you've been in the UK for the past 12 months studying, I assume. Because for you to be applying for a post-study work visa, you must have been in the UK for the past 12 months. So you don't really need to provide a proof of fund, because once you've been in the UK for 12 months, you wouldn't need to provide proof of fund. But they may ask for other supporting documents, perhaps your certificate or other things, or maybe a confirmation letter from your university that you've graduated, that you've successfully completed your program. If you are not giving them this requested document, they may refuse your visa. Along the line, they may ask you for further information via email, or they may call you. You should try and keep your phone available during the waiting period, because they may call you, and if you don't answer, maybe they are confused about something. If they call you and you don't answer, or if they email you and you don't respond to them, they may refuse the visa. Another reason your post-study work visa may be refused is if they find out at some point that you worked more than 20 hours a week when you were on a student visa. They may refuse your post-study work visa. That's why at the moment, even though I understand it may not be very easy for you not to work more than 20 hours, you should try and resist that urge. Try and resist the urge of working for more than 20 hours a week, because it may backfire soon. Some people's visas have been withdrawn. Some people have been refused post-study work visa because of this. And even those that switched to tier 2, their visas were also revoked because they found out that when they were students, they were going against the immigration rules. So try your possible best not to work more than 20 hours a week. Another reason your post-study may be refused is if you did not pass your course. Maybe at some point you failed a course or something. You may not be granted a post-study work visa. You may be able to apply for a visa extension so that you can now write the course you failed. So even as you're hustling and bustling, also try and pass your course in flying colors. Another reason you may be refused a post-study work visa is if you accessed public funds as a student. You know, on your BRP or on your passport, you would normally say no recourse to public funds. There are so many things that are referred to as public funds in the UK, and there are so many things also that you can get free of charge which are not public funds. But I know that some people are now getting too scared about it, and they're like, oh, I shouldn't even use any of these, they may be public funds. Well, everything is not public funds, right? But I don't blame people that are like, I don't want to touch any of this, because it may lead to my visa being refused, which is quite understandable. So try not to access public funds. At least before accessing any of them, you should at least ask questions. Ask them questions. Is this in a public fund? If yes, don't access it. But if not, why not? Go ahead. Free thing, not the punch belly sometimes. Finally, your visa is refused and you feel like you are on track. You did not do anything that should cause a visa refusal. You can ask for an administrative review at least 14 days after your visa refusal, and they would do that review. Normally, 3 things are involved. Either they maintain their stand that they will not give you the visa, or they change their mind and give you the visa, or they refuse your visa on a different ground. So yes, just try and during your work period, just try and be sure that you are doing the right thing. Make sure you don't enter into any criminal offense during your study period, because it can also lead to your post-study work visa refusal. Make sure you don't really do anything against the government, against the rules and regulations and the law, because it can also lead to your post-study visa refusal. Just ensure that you're just doing the right thing. I know it's not going to be easy just doing one thing, but just ensure you are just doing it the way it should be done. And yes, you'd normally get a yes on your post-study work visa application. Now you guys, that's about this video. I hope it helps. Until I see you again in the next one, to take care, stay safe, and bye.